Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today's video we're doing a how to build for the New Year Mono. This is Mono, but the New Year version that dropped last year. That I recently got for free from the Hawk. You can pick a seasonal character weird thing that we got last year as well. And yeah, let's get into it. So firstly, we'll always look at is substats. So pierce rate is okay, it's not too bad, definitely not the highest I've seen. Resistance is okay, crit chance is actually very good, 118 is like above standard nowadays. Crit damage, of course, this is currently got HTB defense on. 214, not the worst. It's okay. It's definitely not like Roxy level or all these characters that have insanely high crit chance. Sorry, crit damage. Crit resistance, of course, it's okay. Definitely could be better. A lot of characters nowadays, a lot of the really beefy characters have about 100%. Crit defense, once again, they normally have around 100%. Which is very good lifesteal. 21% is very high, especially for a human. Overall, not too bad. CC-wise, scores 62k with HP defense, and of course only 1/6. Because that's just how it's going to be. So for for skills, it shows a weak point skill, which is the exact same as Tears, Shins, which any weak point AoE skill, completely the same. Which isn't too bad, it's actually a very powerful skill, maybe even the strongest, one of the strongest skills in the game. Or sorry, one of the strongest effects in the game. Overall, it's not too bad, it's good at wiping teams, especially if she can crit, it's not too bad at wiping teams. Then this is a new buff skill she's got, so level 1 it only cleanses. Level 2 gives 30% crit chance and 50% crit damage, and level 3 gives 50% crit chance and 80% crit damage. Which could actually be pretty nice on the Catastrophe team, because they don't really have that much. They don't have any substat boosters, okay? They have, like, this Mono, which we'll get into her passive, which is basically like a basic stat booster. But they have no proper substat boosters. So this will be really good, especially to help, like, the older characters crit. 50% crit chance is quite a bit. Yes, it is a gold skill, but, you know, knowing your enemy's luck in PvP, they're probably going to pull it. The 8% crit damage is also kind of insane, especially if you mix that with like blue Roxy. She's gonna melt, and like even more than what she melts already. Ultimate secret technique. So once again, it will scale quite a bit with ult level, and it's 6/6. The difference between 1/6 and 6/6 will be absurd because it's 150% extra damage plus, pretty sure it's like 40% extra on card damage. Yeah, so 40% extra per card as well, which is probably the biggest part of it. It's mainly the damage increase per card. Going to her passive, increase the 7 Catastrophe allies' basic stats by 6% for each Catastrophe ally on the battlefield in PvP. So of course her passive is restricted to PvP. I'm not sure if this... Okay, her entire passive is restricted to PvP. Okay. And then the bottom bit increases the hero's damage dealt by their crit chance at the start of the battle. That's the absurd thing. Because she basically gives herself 118% damage dealt, which is a lot. Bear in mind, Diane... max passive with a stance up is like 80%, which is a lot as it is. She gives herself 118%. And if you're wondering, I also do have all outfits sort of thing from like events. So free from an event, and then affinity, and then her actual one. Cosmetics, once again, event, and then these two are from, like, Affinity. And of course, her relic as well, which we'll go on to now, which is increase the 7 Catastrophes allies' damage dealt with AoE skills by 5% for each Catastrophe ally on the battlefield, which is actually pretty good, because a lot of Catastrophes have AoE skills. You have mainly Mono, of course this Mono here, and Roxy, who both have quite powerful AoE skills. Of course, Roxy's being, what's Roxy's again? Spike, which is 2 times crit damage, and of course, this Mono's being weak point, which is 3 times damage to debuffed enemies. Overall, gear-wise, I've given her HP defense. I'll not engrave this gear on her, this is the perfect one. She's currently just a placeholder, like just holding the gear for CC, basically. But if I was to give her any gear, definitely be HP defense. Yes, she does have the ability to deal lots of damage, but her main actual use will be PvP, basically Hero Arena, or just geared. For gear-wise, that's what I mean. So HP defense is probably the way to go, because, of course, I would rather have to run 3 HP defense characters on Hero Arena and then run Roxy attack crit damage to literally get the most out of Roxy's passive. And that also goes to normal geared as well. I would rather sacrifice some damage from mono and make sure Roxy gets the most out of her passive and the most damage, because she is like the key DPS. She is the core part of that team. So I'd rather, of course, sacrifice this mono having attack crit damage and allow Roxy to really do her thing. But overall, she's not a bad character. She's actually been one of my favorite seasonals, probably of all of this year. She's actually one of my favorite seasonal characters, just because I like her outfit. It's just a cool design, and I also like her skills. Let's actually have a look at her skills. Her ultimate I look at as well, but it's a pretty standard ultimate for her. But I just like her skills. Her skills I always thought her skills were very clean, especially like when you see people showcasing her. Her skills always look so clean. And when they're crits as well is always nice. Gold skill. Close-up's okay. Cool. And then her buff skills as well. Her buff has a really long animation time. Like, that's just level 1. And of course, you got level 2. Level 2, here we go. And then the level 3. I wonder how they could do level 3 for close-up. And then, of course, then we have the ultimate as well, which is like the normal green mono ult, but I'll show you it as well. That's one of my favorite ultimates in the entire game. Or for a catastrophe character. Want to get a really long ultimate. Cool. Bang. Big damage. But of course, the higher the ult level, like the difference in damage will be insane between like 1.6 and 6.6. Like 1.6, what the damage we just saw, and then damage we just saw, and then 6.6 like 1.5 million, like a million sort of thing. But overall, she's a pretty good character. If you have her, maybe you want to level her up for some sort of reason. Like I leveled her up for the sake of videos, really. Yeah, but that's really it. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next one. Goodbye.